Hey, Gary, how's it going?
Good. And I think I got Jenna coming up here.
All right.
So, where are you now? Are you in Texas?
I am. I am in Texas, and as you may be aware, my Wi-Fi isn't always the best. So
Yeah.
Jenna's usually pretty good at telling people, "Hey, she lives out in the boonies, so just give her about 5 minutes and she'll unfree." So hopefully the technology will work with me
I'm
today.
looking forward to coming to Texas. It's been a while since I've
Yes,
been in Texas.
bring it on.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
excited.
So, I see. I'm trying to bring Jenna up.
Is she
A
on yet?
second.
Let's see.
Is Jenna on?
Let me look.
Okay. She may or may not be. Uh, so the parents program, it's pretty exciting. I mean, first of all, there are people registering for it, and oh, Jenna, I think Jenna is just unable to join. Jenna, can you request or can you put a comment in there? So the parents program, which is super excited, which you and Jenna have been working on so hard. Um, Tell everybody about it.
Yeah, so originally we started with about 200 parents with high needs children, and they worked through a protocol that is designed by you, something used in clinic for over a decade, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And the results that we saw with these parents that came with, like I said, very high needs kiddos, labels all along the spectrum. But the healing that we've seen within that parents group has been nothing short of amazing. Ashley, one of our amazing moderators in the program, came live with you a few days ago, or maybe it was last week. But her little girl had lost all her hair and began this protocol, and her hair started coming back. The doctors were baffled by it. We had a little
Yeah.
girl who had a tumor on her brain stem and began working through this protocol, and confirmed by MRIs, the tumor shrank over 50%. And the doctor said, hey, whatever you're doing, keep it up, don't stop. We're seeing kiddos come off the spectrum. We've had parents report all sorts of healing in their kiddos, from improving sleep issues, emotional regulation, relieving constipation is another big healing item that we've seen. And so it's just been beautiful to be a part of this journey, and helping to put the power back in the hands of the parents and let them know that healing is possible, and it's something that they can do in their own home,
Yeah.
with their own child. So after that group, commenced, Jenna and I have been working diligently for, I think it was about a 13-month process. We put together what will be launched globally on April 8th as the Human Garage Children's Edition program. Yeah, so we had a beta launch with a very small group over the last month. And what this program looks like is it is 14 days, very doable, non-intimidating program, because we know the majority of these parents are already maxed out. Um, Trying to fit one more thing in your
Right.
schedule just seems impossible, right? So it's very doable, and that's the feedback that we got back from our beta group parents. But um, what it does is it teaches the parents to get the toxins, the stress, the chemicals, the trauma that's stored in the tissues of our children, helps to release that from the body. It also guides parents on a day by day basis, what supplements to use, how to clean up your internal, external environment. Each day, you'll get a little dose of a fascial maneuver that you can do as a parent. And then it will also give you a video with a few fascial maneuvers to work on your child for that day. So, all in all, it's a fabulous program. It's designed. There's Miss Jenna. Hey, girl.
Keep
We were
going,
just
Lauren.
walking
Don't
through.
let me interrupt you. You're
Okay,
doing
we
fantastic.
we were just walking through the program that we created, and anyways, it just day by day walks you through. There's a daily loving ritual bath that we've called it, that includes the diatomaceous earth, the Epsom salts, maybe some boron, and it's a beautiful program, and we're looking forward to the launch on April 8th. So
So someone was asking about in Argentina. This is online. So basically, all of the moderators, all and there's doctors, moderators, physical therapists, moms, dads. everybody in there that are helping and they're sharing knowledge. And what I've been monitoring the chats since it started. I started doing this with parents about a year and a half ago. And what I noticed is you all have more information than the doctors that are treating the children. And I know, Jenna, you're a physical therapist who specializes in this. And
Yep.
what's your impression after working in this group for the last year?
Well, that's a big question, Gary, because I have some ideas that I'm working on. I'm working on developing a more individualized program for some of these kids after they go through this 14-day program. But so what I've seen is these, like Lauren just said, I mean, the emotional regulation, right? Their speech is improving, their gross motor skills are improving, their balance is
Yeah.
improving, right? And we didn't, I mean, they're doing hands-on fascial maneuvers, right? But you know, I work in the schools and I'm like pulling my hair out trying to get parents to do the things that these parents are doing in the group.
Right.
And because I've seen what takes place. And to me, this information, we have it out there for free, right? You know, and the parents that are doing it, they're getting the results. You know, it's just amazing. And I'm happy to be a part of it and to see what these kids are accomplishing, what the parents are accomplishing. And so yeah, so I mean, I'm hoping to bring this on like another level and having people come if they want more individualized attention where we can look at the primitive reflexes that might still be active, and then including all the things that Human Garage teaches within that program, but gathering baseline information like what letter recognition, how many letters do they know, are they remembering things, right? Like processing, all of those different things we're going to gather so we can bring it to the forefront and be like, hey, listen, this stuff is serious. It works. We've seen it. So that's kind of an exciting program that I'm hoping to have done by the end of May.
So can the parents and the mothers, I mean, there's always support in there. There's always questions. And by the way, that's what I find the most valuable, because there's always a moment of fear that something's going to go wrong. And there's
Mhm.
always somebody else who's had that go wrong and lived through it.
Yeah, Gary,
That's super
I'm glad
powerful.
that you brought that up. I was going to actually talk about how, first of all, can you guys see me? You're frozen on my end, so I don't know if
We
you
Yeah,
can
can
we
see
see
can
me
you.
see
or
you
not.
perfectly.
Okay, good. Then I'll just carry on. I'm glad you brought that up, but it really is just an amazing community of like-minded parents and caretakers, doctors, holistic practitioners. And like you said, they can comment on what's worked for them, what's worked for their child. So it's a very unique, very special community. So I've never seen anything like it before. It's pretty dynamic.
Yeah. So, and you both have children,
Yep.
and
Yes.
what has changed for you in your lives since you've been doing this with your children? Maybe I'll go with you first, Lauren.
Okay. So, goodness, what have changed? Man, so many things. First of all, the awareness within myself with my kids, and ultimately coming to the realization that our kids are just a reflection of ourselves. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, all of a sudden my 6-year-old is having, a moment, or possibly my 8-year-old's going through a healing crisis with some sinus or a cough. And you really just kind of dig down into those layers, and all of a sudden it's like, man, those are things that are actually going on inside of me. And that brings to mind the innate connection between parent and child. And what we've seen in this group, as far as when parents are doing the work to heal themselves, the children directly begin to heal as a result. And it's absolutely phenomenal that if you just begin to work on yourself, and throughout the program, we really recommend that parents do the Human Garage 28-day reset, because not only does it just make more sense when you begin the children's program, but you also are beginning to do the work on yourself and to release what needs to go and start to peel those layers, away, and your child will directly benefit from that healing as well. So a
So,
little side
so
caveat,
Jen,
but I get excited about
yeah, yeah. So Jenna, yeah, being a physical therapist, dealing with special needs kids, in this, you're already doing this work beforehand.
Hmm.
What do you see that the biggest mistake that parents make when they come into helping their kids?
Kind of like what Lauren said. We get the parents that come in, mostly the moms, right? And they want to fix their kid. They want to heal their kid, but it's really they need to do the work first, which is why I think that the 28-day reset is really important to do, because without that awareness of the different things that the mom's holding on to, it's difficult to make that transition where you're focusing on your kid,
Right.
because that's the main thing that I see. I've noticed with my own kids, they're in sports and things like that. I laugh because almost all my posts are about my little boy, because he loves to do the vestibular reset all the time. Before he goes to his games, he likes to do like the totally twisted. He knows he's got to get his body ready, and he knows what it feels like when he does it. So that's the really cool thing. He's 8 years old. So I guess I started this program when he was 6.5, but they've just taken it on, and then the whole thing they think that you're like related to us somehow, because they've seen your face, they hear you talking, and they're like, is that Gary, is he live? I'm like, no, it's a recording. But even them asking themselves, am I checking in with themselves, am I hungry, do I want water, what do I want, right? And being able to have that knowledge to check in with themselves instead of checking in with somebody
Right.
else. Same
Right.
thing with their emotions, the way that they speak about different issues at school with peers is kind of mind blowing. I'm like, man, I wish I would have had this when I was a kid. Things
Right.
might have been maybe I would have been in a lot of less fights. You know what I mean? So it's wild to see what happens, especially with my own kids. I'm really blessed that I stumbled upon you guys and that I'm here, and I'm hoping that the stuff that we can bring to parents is going to be very, very beneficial.
So,
absolutely.
so
I agree with that. And I just want to add to that, as it's for me, it's like as children, we often believe that, someone would always come along and just save us, right? And then we grow into adults and hopefully finally realize that someone has been us all
yeah.
along.
Hmm.
And so what if we can teach that to these children at a young age, right? That's my inspiration for this program. And ultimately that's to me what it comes down to is creating that awareness that you just spoke about, Jenna.
Yeah.
I just think that's exciting.
Your kids are actually showing other kids how to do stuff, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like
That's
my little boy Reese said, "Hey mom, can we get to the basketball game early? We'll just take the whole team through this." Because he's like that's pretty much like, because we were joking around about another team. The coach kind of stacks his team every year. He's like, how he kind of stacks his team. He's like, this is how we could stack our team. So the fact that he's like putting that, making that relation, between how this changes his performance, which I love all the stuff you're doing, Gary, about performance, because I was an athlete, and I just love the carryover because it's so cool.
so. So what is it that you guys? Well, first of all, you can notice a mother or a parent who's not taking care of themselves pretty quickly, right?
Mhm.
And what do you notice about a mother or a father, a parent who's not taking care of themselves? How do they react?
Well, what I notice is in their words. So, we've been on WhatsApp typing, not so much like face to face.
Yeah.
And so just the words that they're using is kind of like I can tell where people are at now over, the last over a year of hearing like,
Fear, right?
it's fear. And I don't want to, I'm not saying this to be, I was in the same place. I had my own long healing journey, but the victim mentality that we can take on and the
Yeah.
words that we're using to create our reality, I don't even know that we're aware of that. And that's why I think this parent group is really cool, and because we have meetups where we can bring that to other people's awareness, like these words you just said, let's try to say this a different way.
Yeah.
or like, what image do you have in your head when you say it like this? Because we don't really get, you don't get that when you go to the doctor, right?
Right. Now,
So
you guys are both available too. You both have, I guess, let's say practices outside of here where you can meet people
mhm.
and you can individually care and customize for people. You volunteer, you run this program, you put it all together yourself, but people can actually reach out to you and they can engage with you in a way for payment for other
Yep,
services that you do that in addition to this,
yep,
right?
Yeah.
yep. That's the direction we're both heading.
Yeah. Well,
And
that
Gary,
way
I
you're
wanted to
not.
let,
Oh, go ahead.
no, please finish your thought.
I would say that way, Jenna, you're full time helping people in the way you want to, rather than doing it in school.
Yeah.
And Lauren, you've been taking a bunch of courses, nutrition. You've got testing mechanisms
I
as
have,
well.
yes. I've recently become a certified bioenergetic testing practitioner and also wrapping up my naturopathy practitioner certification as well, and doing a deep dive into astroherbalism as well, which I'm really excited about.
Astro
So,
herbalism. I'm gonna learn from you pretty soon. And
well, and
We
I
got
wanted,
D here too.
Hi, Dee.
yes, hey,
Yeah,
Dee's
D
been
is
instrumental in the program.
also helping. Yeah, and so what I, you know, what and I, what I, when I, this all started with Steph Lopez and
Mhm.
Luca, and they had a child that was non-verbal, non-motion, 12 years old, and locked up like this, and we watched Luca over the course of about 6 months unclamp, start to move, color change, become happier, and even say the words "I love you," which was a big deal.
Amazing.
And that's what started this whole thing. And I was waiting for a parent to take charge. And then the next thing was to have two people like you, and then some of the other ones like Dee that are in there helping, that would take this to the next level. Because you guys actually you took our program, you wrote the curriculum, and it's a 14-day program. They do it
Yeah.
online, right? So
That's,
explain how it works.
Jenna, do you
Oh
want to
yeah,
explain that? And Gary, I was going to
sure.
let you know. So just so you guys know, time wise, we have Hindi. She's in the Philippines. So she's been one of the parents in our program since the beginning. Nook is her daughter and has some amazing things to share about her healing journey. So she is on the platform when we're ready to bring her up live, just so you're aware.
Yeah,
She
Okay.
just messaged.
that would be
Okay.
awesome because I think it's midnight where she's at.
Yes.
Okay.
But that's okay.
Okay. So go ahead. Um, hey, what's her handle?
It's, let's, you got it, Lisa.
Can she, Hindi, can you request to join? Okay,
There she is.
there it is. Oh, where is she? Okay, there it is. Oh, shoot. Hold on a second here. Hindi, it's not letting me bring you up right now. Hold on one second. I should be able to bring one up.
I saw someone ask a question that if you signed up for the group, should you have received a notification? No, not at this point. If you signed up for the group, there will be emails coming out directing you with next steps. So if you just go and fill out the type form on the Human Garage bio or on my bio or Jenna's bio, we will have your email information and you will be sent next steps soon.
Hindi,
But
can you
just
make sure that you can go live? Can you go off for a second and then try to go live on your account and come back on? Because it's not letting me take you live, and it could be the third person, but usually it's not a problem. So, let's just,
if not, I can off if we need to.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, let her try first. So let's go back to
the
what was the question?
program. You said so.
Yeah,
What?
yeah,
How does the program look? So it's
yeah.
14 days. People go in there. It's day by day. That they'll be prompted with short videos to follow along, some good information, videos on how to do the manual fascial releases on their kids. Um, and again, like we just basically walk them through step by step what to do each day. So it's very, very simple. and straightforward. Yeah. And then we have right now we have one weekly meetup where we work through different fascial maneuvers depending on what we feel everyone needs. And then we discuss how everybody's week's going, what they're seeing with their kids. So a little bit of a support group there.
Yeah, you're just going to learn how to, get the chemicals out of your child's internal, external environments. You learn how to release the stress and trauma, and really ultimately just how to facilitate that healing process in your child, all from the comfort of your own home.
So what
you can't beat it.
The children, what I've noticed is that the parents who do it with their children too, the children are generally calmer.
Yep. And you can see that through when you do at least with my kids, and what I've noticed with other people doing it, you see the kids come into that parasympathetic state when they take they're always like a yawn. There's always a yawn that happens, or you can just see it in their body. You can just see them come out of stress, which is really, really cool. The more you do it with your kid, the more you pick up on those cues.
Absolutely. And for some parents to say, hey, my kiddo's not responding well, they don't want me to do fascial maneuvers to them. There's a lot of parents that will do the fascial maneuvers while the child is sleeping, or there's fun ideas on how to teach them how to do it with a stuffed animal, so they're doing the ear torque with their stuffed rabbit, and they'll take turns or things like that. So that's what's so beautiful about this community really is coming up with those ideas of, hey, my kid's a little resistant in this way, or loves this one but doesn't like that one. What do you have? So there's a lot of shares that you'll find within the community.
When someone just asked how old somebody could be, and you can do this at any age. I mean, I've done it with like infants, especially the hands-on work. You just change your pressure as far as how much pressure you're using. I've done it on like newborns. All the way up, obviously adults as well. So there's I don't believe there's an age limit for anything.
Okay, I'm going to try bringing Hindi up. Okay. Lauren, can I kick you off?
Kick me out, Gary. No offense taken. Okay. I'll be watching.
Thank you. I'm going to try bringing Hindi up. Hindi. That is moderator. It's not letting me do it. Okay, Jenna, I'm going to try to bring Hindi up.
Yeah.
See if I can.
Yeah. Okay. Kick me out.
Thank you.